You are still here. Take a deep breath and let that reality sink in for a moment. You are still here. By all logical reasoning, by every statistic and probability, you should not be. If you look back at the timeline of your life, you can pinpoint specific dates, specific moments, where the screen should have gone black. That car that spun out of control on the highway and missed you by inches. That sudden mysterious illness that baffled the doctors and then, just as inexplicably, vanished or became manageable. The time you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and a feeling in your gut told you to leave just seconds before chaos erupted. You call it luck. Your friends call it coincidence. But deep down, in the quiet moments of the night when you are honest with yourself, you know it is neither. You have felt it. A heavy, invisible hand pushing you back from the edge. A shield that seems to activate only when disaster is inevitable. You are watching this right now because you have questions about why your life has been a series of impossible survivals. You are watching this because you feel a weight on your shoulders, a sense that you have been kept alive for something, but you haven't fully grasped what that something is yet. Before we go any further, I need you to understand that what I am about to share is not for everyone. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. This is not a message for the masses who are content with drifting through life. This is for the 1 in a million. This is for the person who feels like an outlier in their own family, a stranger in their own hometown. If you have ever felt like there is a target on your back, like you face resistance that others don't seem to face, this message is the key you have been waiting for. There is a specific, divine reason why death could not claim you. There is a reason why the enemy has tried to eliminate you from the very beginning. We are going to decode the 3 specific assaults that have been launched against you, and by the end of this video, you will understand the nature of the shield you carry. You will understand why no family plan, no insurance policy, and no human intervention could touch you. You are walking under a divine warrant of protection. Let's talk about the first assault. This usually happens before you even have the language to describe it. It is the spiritual assault on your identity. Think back to your childhood. Did you feel like you belonged? For most people carrying this divine shield, the answer is a painful no. You may have been born into a large family, surrounded by relatives, yet you felt like an alien in your own home. This is not just a psychological feeling. It is a spiritual reality. The enemy, the force that opposes your destiny, sensed your light before you were even born. Just as Herod sought to destroy the children to get to Jesus, there is a dark force that seeks to extinguish those with a high calling before they can mature. This often manifests as childhood trauma, unexplainable accidents in the crib or on the playground, or a profound sense of rejection from authority figures. You were different. You were sensitive to things others couldn't see. You felt the emotions of the room instantly, and because of this, you were often the scapegoat. You might have asked yourself, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just fit in? The answer is that you were not designed to fit in. You were designed to stand out. That rejection you felt, that was the first layer of the shield being forged. It forced you to look inward. It forced you to seek a connection with something higher because the connection with the world around you was broken. If you can remember a time in your childhood where you narrowly escaped a dangerous situation, a fall, a drowning scare, a severe fever, hit the like button right now. That was not an accident. That was the first evidence that you are marked. The enemy tried to snip the thread of your life early because he knew that if you grew up, if you gained wisdom, you would be dangerous to his kingdom. But you survived, you grew up. And that brings us to the second assault. This one is more subtle, more insidious, and for many of you watching, this is the battle you are fighting right now. The second assault is internal. It is a silent war waged within the architecture of your mind. Once the enemy realized he couldn't take you out physically in your youth, he decided to make you destroy yourself. This manifests as overwhelming despair, crushing anxiety, and a slow erosion of hope. We are talking about those years in your late 20s or 30s when everything seemed to lose its color. You might have achieved what society told you to achieve, the job, the house, the relationships, but inside there was a hollow ringing. Or perhaps you faced failure after failure, doors slamming in your face despite your best efforts and your good heart. This internal assault is designed to induce surrender. It whispers to you that you are not good enough, that you are too late, that your mistakes are too great to be forgiven. It is the voice that wakes you up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart, analyzing every conversation, every error. It is the heavy blanket of depression that makes getting out of bed feel like lifting 1,000 pounds. Why does this happen to you? Because your potential is terrifying to the darkness. If you realized who you actually are, if you realized the power of the shield you carry, you would be unstoppable. So, the strategy is to keep you paralyzed in your own mind, to keep you focused on your flaws rather than your favor. But here is the truth that will change everything for you. The fact that you have endured this mental torture and are still standing is proof of your resilience. Most people would have crumbled under the weight of what you carry in your mind, but you didn't. You found a way, a whisper of hope, a timely distraction, a song on the radio, a stranger's smile, a moment of unexpected grace that pulled you through the darkest night. That was the shield. The divine shield protects your mind just enough to keep the pilot light on, even when the storm is raging. If you are currently fighting this battle, let me tell you something. The war is almost over. The fact that the pressure is this high means you are right at the threshold of a breakthrough. Do not give up now. You are being refined, not consumed. Now we must address the third assault. This is the most brutal, the most undeniable evidence of the shield, the physical assassination attempt. I use strong language because that is exactly what it is. For many of you, this happened recently. A car crash where the vehicle was totaled, twisted metal and shattered glass, yet you walked away with scratches. A medical crisis, a diagnosis that sounded like a death sentence, where the odds were stacked against you and the doctors were preparing you for the worst. A violent encounter where you were outnumbered or overpowered, yet somehow you escaped. Think about that moment. Time seemed to slow down, didn't it? In that split second before the impact, before the news, before the event, there was a suspension of reality. It is in that gap between the event and the outcome that the divine hand operates. I know a man who fell asleep at the wheel on a busy interstate. He woke up as his car was drifting into the median at 70 miles per hour. By all laws of physics, the car should have flipped. It should have rolled into oncoming traffic. But he describes feeling a physical force, like a giant hand, pushing the car back into the lane, stabilizing it against the momentum. He pulled over, shaking, weeping, knowing that he had just used up one of his 9 lives. But it wasn't a cat's life. It was a God-ordained intervention. Why? Why are you saved when others are lost? This is the question that haunts survivors. It is the survivor's guilt. Why did you recover from the cancer when the person in the next room didn't? Why did you miss that flight? Why did you decide to take a different route home that specific Tuesday? It is not because you are morally superior. It is not because you are perfect. It is because your mission is incomplete. The shield is not a reward for good behavior. It is a tool for a specific assignment. God is not done with you. There is a mandate on your life that requires your physical presence on this earth. The enemy knows this. The accidents are attempts to abort your destiny. But the shield is the promise that until you say, "It is finished," nothing can finish you. This leads us to a concept that is hard for the logical mind to grasp, but your spirit will recognize it immediately. The concept of the family plan versus the divine shield. In the world, we rely on family plans, insurance, inheritance, social safety nets. We look to our biological families for protection, but for the chosen, for the 1 in a million, the family plan often fails. You may have noticed that when you are in trouble, the people who are supposed to be there for you are often absent, unable to help, or sometimes even the source of the pain. This is painful, yes, but it is necessary. God strips away the human supports so that you learn to rely entirely on the divine shield. If you had a safety net, you would never learn to fly. If you had a rich uncle to bail you out of every mess, you would never develop the supernatural faith that moves mountains. The failure of your family plan is actually a setup for the revelation of God's plan. You have been isolated so you can be insulated. The shield does not just block attacks, it separates you. It creates a boundary around you that says, "This one is mine." Now I want to reveal a secret about this shield that most people miss. The shield is not passive, it is reactive. It responds to your alignment. Have you noticed that when you are walking in your purpose, when you are helping others, when you are creating, loving and forgiving, the shield seems to glow brighter. Things fall into place. Traffic lights turn green. Checks arrive in the mail. But when you drift into fear, when you engage in bitterness, when you try to live like everyone else, the shield feels heavy. You feel exposed. This is your guidance system. The protection is linked to the path. You are safest when you are in the center of your calling. The enemy tries to lure you off the path because he knows he cannot touch you when you're in the center of God's will. He tries to distract you with petty arguments, with the desire for material things that don't matter, with offenses and grudges. He wants you to step out from behind the shield to fight battles that are not yours to fight. How many times have you lowered your guard to argue with a fool, only to find yourself drained and vulnerable? That is a tactic. Your protection lies in your focus. As Nehemiah said when he was building the wall and his enemies tried to call him down for a meeting, "I am doing a great work and I cannot come down." That must be your attitude. You are too shielded, too called, and too important to engage in low-level conflicts. Let's go deeper into the mechanics of this protection. Science tells us that the human brain is wired for survival, but the survival of the chosen goes beyond biology. There is a frequency you emit. When you have walked through the fire and survived, you carry a specific resonance. People feel it when you walk into a room. Have you ever noticed that strangers open up to you? That people tell you their deepest secrets within minutes of meeting you? That babies and animals stare at you? This is the signature of the shield. It is the residue of the divine encounter. You have been to the edge of death and back, and you brought something back with you. You brought back a gravity, a weight of glory. This is why you cannot live a normal life. You have tried, haven't you? You have tried to just punch the clock, watch TV, and go to bed. But it feels like wearing a suit that is 2 sizes too small. You feel suffocated by normalcy. That is because you were saved for the extraordinary. The shield is heavy because it is made of gold, not plastic. It requires strength to carry. The depression you sometimes feel is actually the frustration of your spirit, knowing it is capable of soaring, but being forced to walk. I want to challenge you right now. Think about the last time you were saved from a situation. Maybe it was a financial collapse where you thought you would lose everything, and at the last minute a provision came. Maybe it was a legal battle. Maybe it was a relationship that ended, and you thought you would die of a broken heart, but here you are, stronger than before. What if you stopped viewing these events as traumas and started viewing them as credentials? You are a veteran of spiritual warfare. You have medals on your chest that are invisible to the human eye, but blindingly bright in the spiritual realm. The next revelation might shake you. The attacks are not going to stop, but their effect on you will change. The shield gets stronger the more it is used. In the beginning, the attacks caused you fear. Now they should cause you focus. When the enemy ramps up the pressure, it is an indicator that you are close to a major promotion. The turbulence is always roughest right before the plane breaks through the clouds into the smooth air. If you are feeling intense resistance right now, if everything seems to be breaking, get ready. You are about to break through. The shield is holding. The hull is intact. We need to talk about the responsibility of the shield. Being the 1 in a million who carries this protection is not just about you staying safe. It is about you becoming a safe place for others. You are a shelter. Because you have survived the storm, you know how to guide others through it. Your pain has purchased your empathy. Your trauma has been alchemized into wisdom. There are people in your life right now, perhaps your children, your spouse, your friends, who are surviving solely because they are standing in your shadow. Your shield is big enough to cover your household. This is the family plan of heaven. One righteous person, one protected vessel, can sanctify a whole house. You are the spiritual lightning rod that grounds the chaos for everyone around you. Do not resent the burden. Do not look at others with their easy lives and shallow problems and wish to trade places. They have their reward. You have yours. Yours is a depth of soul that they cannot comprehend. Yours is a companionship with the divine that is forged in the furnace of affliction. There is an intimacy with God that is only found in the foxhole. You know him as a protector because you have needed protection. You know him as a healer because you have needed healing. That knowledge is more valuable than all the riches of the world. I want you to take a moment and visualize the shield around you. It is not a metal wall. It is a living light. It breathes. It moves. It is the presence of the Holy Spirit. It repels negativity, it deflects malice, and it absorbs the shocks of life. The next time you feel that wave of anxiety, the next time you feel the enemy whispering that you are done, visualize that light flaring up. Say to yourself, I am shielded. I am kept. I'm here on purpose. Now listen closely, because this is where we turn the key. You need to stop living in defense mode. For years you have been reacting, dodging, surviving. It is time to go on the offensive. The shield is also a weapon. In ancient times, the shield was used to bash the enemy, to push forward, to create space. You have been preserved not just to survive, but to conquer. What is the dream you buried? What is the project you abandoned because you were too busy trying to stay alive? It is time to dig it up. The coast is not clear, it never will be, but the cover is guaranteed. You have the clearance to move forward. The fear of death has lost its sting for you, hasn't it? Once you have looked it in the eye and seen it blink, you lose the fear of petty things. You are no longer afraid of public opinion. You are no longer afraid of failure. This fearlessness is your superpower. Use it. Take the risk. Start the business. Write the book. Make the call. The worst that can happen has already tried to happen, and it failed. You are bulletproof until your work is done. As we draw this to a close, I want to address the loneliness one last time. It is the most common complaint of the shield bearer. God, if you love me, why am I so alone? You are alone because you are set apart. Rare things are not found in piles. Diamonds are found in isolation, surrounded by tons of rock. You are a diamond. The pressure you feel is the process of making you unbreakable. But you are not truly alone. There is a community of survivors, a remnant of people just like you, scattered across the globe. We are finding each other. Through videos like this, through the spirit, we are connecting. You are part of a vast, invisible army. If this message is resonating with your spirit, if you feel a burning in your chest as you listen, that is your confirmation. You are the one in a million. The attacks on your life were not random bad luck. They were strategic strikes by an enemy who fears your potential, but every strike that missed has only served to validate your calling. You are the one who walked away from the wreckage. You are the one who woke up from the coma. You are the one who put the bottle down. You are the one who kept going when everyone else quit. Wear your scars like armor. They are proof that you are harder to kill than your problems. They are the testimony that will set others free. Do not hide your story. Your story is the key to someone else's prison. When you speak, you activate the shield for others. I have a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, every morning when you wake up, before you check your phone, before you let the world in, I want you to stand in front of a mirror and declare, I am divinely shielded. My life is not an accident. My purpose cannot be aborted. Say it until you believe it. Watch how the atmosphere in your home changes. Watch how your anxiety recedes. You are taking command of your spiritual environment. And I want you to do something else. Look at the comments section below. It is filled with people just like you. Read their stories. Share yours if you are brave enough. Simply typing, I am still here, is an act of warfare. It is a declaration of victory. Let's fill the comments with thousands of testimonies of survival. Let the enemy see that his plan failed. Let the world see the army of the shielded rising up. Remember, the safest place in the world is not in a bank vault or a bunker. The safest place is in the will of God. You have been kept for such a time as this. The world is getting darker, which means your light is needed more than ever. Do not dim it to make others comfortable. Shine bright. The shadows cannot touch you. The shield is active. The family plan of the world may fail, but the covenant of the Creator stands firm. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are held by everlasting arms, and you are protected by an impenetrable shield. Walk in that confidence today. There is a specific reason you clicked on this video today. It wasn't the algorithm. It was an appointment. You needed to be reminded of who you are. You have forgotten your royalty amidst the battles. You have forgotten that you are a child of the King, and the King protects his own. The angels are encamped around you. If you could see the spiritual realm for just 5 seconds, you would never fear again. You would see the chariots of fire. You would see the towering figures of light standing guard while you sleep. You are a VIP in the kingdom of heaven. So, wipe your tears, straighten your back. The days of mourning your trauma are over. The days of using your trauma as fuel have begun. You are not a victim, you are a victor. You are not a survivor, you are a warrior. The shield is up. The path is open. Move forward. Think about the specific near misses in your life again. The time you didn't get on that plane. The time you broke up with that person who turned out to be dangerous. The time you lost that job only to find a better one. These were not losses, they were redirections. The shield sometimes blocks things we think we want to protect us from things that would destroy us. Be grateful for the closed doors. Be grateful for the rejection. It was the shield banging shut to keep the predator out. You might be asking, how do I maintain this shield? You maintain it through gratitude and humility. Pride drops the shield. Fear drops the shield. But a humble heart that says, God, I can't do this without you, strengthens the perimeter. Keep your heart clean. Forgive quickly. Offense is a chink in the armor. When you hold on to anger, you create an opening for the enemy to strike. Let it go, not for them, but for your own safety. Your peace is more important than your point. As you go about your week, pay attention to the subtle signs, the delays that save you time, the coincidences that solve problems. Smile when you see them. It's a wink from heaven. It's God saying, "I've got you." You are never walking alone. If you have felt a shift in your spirit during this video, do not let it fade. This is your new baseline. You are entering a season of immunity. Immunity from the fear of man. Immunity from the lies of the enemy. You are covered. Before you go, I want to ask you to do one small thing that helps this message reach other survivors. If you felt the truth in these words, click the like button. It tells the system that this content matters. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. We are building a community of the shielded, and we want you with us. There is strength in numbers. The next time you look in the mirror, look past the wrinkles and the gray hairs. Look into your own eyes. See the ancient soul that has traveled through storms and fires. See the beloved child who has been snatched from the jaws of death time and time again. You are a miracle in motion. Go in peace, go in power, and never forget, you are shielded. Now consider the profound implications of what we have discussed regarding the family plan. In many cultures, and certainly in the modern West, we are conditioned to believe that our biological lineage determines our fate. We look at our parents' medical history, their financial history, their relational failures, and we subconsciously agree to repeat them. This is the generational curse. It is the default setting of the human experience. But the divine shield breaks this cycle. This is why you feel so different from your kin. You are the cycle breaker. The shield you carry cuts the cord of generational trauma. Just because your father had heart disease does not mean you will. Just because your mother was depressed does not mean you will be. You have been grafted into a new bloodline, a royal bloodline. The blood that speaks better things covers you. This is a radical concept. It means you are not defined by your DNA, but by your destiny. The enemy attacks your family line to try and get to you, but the shield stops the transmission of these curses. You are the firewall. When the dysfunction tries to pass from the previous generation to the next, it hits you and stops. This is why the battle has been so hard for you. You are not just fighting for yourself, you are fighting to clear the ground for your children and your children's children. You are taking all the arrows so they don't have to. That is a heroic calling. Let's go back to the internal assault for a moment. The anxiety. The modern world is designed to produce anxiety. The news cycle, the economic instability, the social comparison on social media, it is a machine built to breach your mental defenses. But the shielded mind operates differently. You have access to the peace that passes understanding. This isn't a cliché, it's a weapon. When everyone else is panicking because the stock market crashed, you feel an inexplicable calm. Why? Because your supply doesn't come from the market, it comes from the mountain. You know your provider. This calm drives the enemy crazy. He throws everything at you, and you just stand there rooted in faith. That is the ultimate resistance. I want to give you a practical tool to use when the internal war heats up. It's called the pause. When you feel the panic rising, when the thoughts start spiraling, physically stop what you are doing. Put your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. That heartbeat is a gift. It is a drumbeat of victory. Remind yourself, I am currently being sustained by the creator of the universe. This reframes the moment. You move from a victim of circumstance to a recipient of grace. The shield reactivates. The panic subsides. And what about the people who left you? The betrayal. This is a form of the physical assault, an assault on your heart. It feels like death when someone you love walks away or turns against you. But looking back, can you see how the shield was working even then? Maybe that person was holding you back. Maybe they were secretly envious and would have sabotaged your future success. God removed them to protect you. It hurt, yes. Surgery always hurts, but it saved your life. The shield sometimes pushes people out of your orbit because they are not cleared for the altitude you are going to. Don't chase what God has chased away. Trust the filter of the shield. You are entering a time where your discernment will be sharper than ever. You will look at a situation and immediately know, this is a trap. You will look at a business deal and sense, this is not for me. Trust that gut feeling. It is the radar system of the shield. The Holy Spirit whispers before he shouts. Learn to listen to the whisper. The more you obey the whisper, the less you will have to endure the crash. I want you to think about the phrase, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It doesn't say the weapon won't be formed. It doesn't say the weapon won't be used. It says it won't prosper. It won't achieve its end goal. The gun may go off, but the bullet will miss. The slander may be spoken, but the truth will prevail. The sickness may come, but the healing will swallow it up. You have to stop being surprised by the weapons. They are part of the territory. If you are a high-value target, you will be shot at. Accept it. But then rejoice, because you are wearing a vest that cannot be pierced. There is a level of freedom that comes when you realize you are indestructible until God says otherwise. You stop tiptoeing through life. You walk with a stride of confidence. You speak with authority. You love without fear of rejection, because your validation comes from above, not from across the table. This is the life you were meant to live. A life of bold attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.